Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Lauren and I upload weekly videos about general life things, and then I have my Film Friday series where I talk about all things film. So in today's video, I want to talk about how to deal with anxiety during quarantine or just different coping mechanisms. As someone with anxiety, these are things that I do to try to help me cope with it. This is not saying that these are going to help you with it, and it's not saying that if you do these things you have anxiety. But I just thought I'd put it out there because I know that I've been struggling a lot these past couple months, and I expect other people have as well. And hopefully this will be useful, beneficial, whatever. And also it is Mental Health Awareness Month, at least when I'm recording this video. Who knows what will be by the time it's actually up. But yeah, so I just thought it was a good idea to do. So I'd say the first thing I've been trying to do that I'm definitely not like 100% there, but has been really helping me, is accepting that I'm stressed out about this, accepting that there's anxiety over the situation. I think it's definitely easier said than done, and I definitely think it goes like off and on. Like some days it's harder for me, some days it's easier for me, but pretending that it's not happening, pretending that there's not a big situation going on right now it's not gonna do it. It's not gonna help you, and it's just gonna backfire because this is happening right now. We are dealing with the pandemic, and that's just what's happening. So just trying to accept that we don't know when everything's gonna end, that we don't know what's going to happen, we don't know what's gonna happen to us, to our families, to our friends. It's just something I have to try, that I've been trying to just tell myself, like, this is just how the situation is. And I think if you tell yourself that, tell me at least a little bit, maybe it'll help you guys. I would say though, the next biggest thing that's been helping me has been seeing a therapist virtually. I had to stop seeing my therapist and psychiatrist at school, but I got lucky that I was able to find a new psychiatrist in my mom's doctor, and then my old therapist, my home therapist from high school, and when I'm back over the summer, she's able to do virtual therapy sessions, which has been really incredible. Sometimes I don't really feel like I have enough to talk about or say. It's not like I have these events necessarily coming up, but having someone to talk to, and she gives me different coping mechanisms, and we just talk through my feelings and processes. It's been incredibly beneficial, and I know I'm really lucky and privileged to be able to be seeing a therapist right now. I know a lot of people aren't able to do that, but that's just been a huge thing for me. If you do not have access to a therapist, I would definitely try to talk to people, reach out. I sometimes struggle with feeling like I'm being a bother or a burden to people if I'm reaching out to them to say hello, check in, because I feel like maybe I'm being a pest, I'm butting into someone else's life. But I have had pretty much all positive reactions overall. Every now and then, yeah, there's gonna be somebody who's not interested in talking to you, but overall people are pretty happy to just have a couple minutes chatting, even if it's just messaging, trying to call my friends, video chat, try to just stay connected with people, because it's weird, but also, excuse me, some days I don't really feel that chatty, but other days I do. But I just for a while I was trying to push myself to reach out to at least one person that I haven't spoken to recently a day. I've kind of stopped that just because I thought I was kind of getting into a groove. Though I will admit, I've definitely slowed it down, because I had literally set up a notification to say hello to somebody. So I may reset that up, because I think that was a big help for me, just to make sure I was saying hi to some people that I wasn't talking to regularly, because it's easy for me to talk to the people I've been talking to, obviously, but it's the pressure just keeps building, at least for me, when I haven't spoken to someone in a while. So sometimes you just gotta tell yourself, just say hello, or give them tell you a joke, send them a meme, send them something. If they don't respond, they don't respond, but don't take it personally, because you have no idea what they're going through, and don't judge them for it, and they're probably not judging you. I also have been keeping a journal. Some people are saying journal all of this, journal this all its history. Obviously I do more photography and video, maybe capturing what's going on right now, but I would say if journaling helps you, sometimes I really feel like writing out my thoughts, then I do it. But don't make it a chore for yourself. Don't say like you have to do this, because as soon as you start saying like you have to do this thing, depending on what it is, that could really lose the joy. And journaling, at least for me, when I'm trying to just like release my thoughts, I don't want there to be pressure on it. Like if I get to a point where I'm writing and suddenly I'm really over analyzing with the individual words that I'm writing, I stop, because that's not the point. It just sometimes can feel very permanent for me. But I'd say if you like writing, or if you're not sure, like try it out, but only when you feel like it. This is not something that's supposed to be adding to your stress levels and adding to your workload. It's supposed to be helping you to get your thoughts out there, because once they're out there, you can do something with them. Along with like the when you feel like doing it, I am not going to recommending anything like every day unless you find you really love it. Like I've been practicing my musical instruments as a way to like get out of my own head, and I work on a puzzle. Those things are not very hectic for me, because when I'm playing an instrument, like maybe there's something challenging, but I'm looking at notes on a page, or when I'm putting a puzzle together, like I play some music and I'm working on pieces with my hands, and somehow doing something with my hands gives my, like giving myself a task to do that's very physical. Not physical, it's very tangible, like you're holding an instrument, you're moving pieces together, a physical puzzle. That's really helpful for me, is that gets me into a new zone, and it's very low stress. Like with a puzzle, like maybe you get a lot of pieces done, maybe you don't get any, but like there's no deadline and it doesn't matter. Or like with an instrument, like maybe you have an off day playing, but then it's gone, because I don't record myself playing that much. Just maybe if I'm like practicing playing and I want to see if I like how it sounds, or I want to send it to somebody. But otherwise, it's not like how I sounded is stuck there forever. It's gone. Literally, once I'm done playing, it's gone, kapoof. And my family just has to deal with it if I sound squeaky on the violin sometimes. Versus something that I like to do that I cannot do all the time, with like that I would say does not help with anxiety, for me is painting. Painting, I think, can relieve stress for me, but when it gets to a point where it's very high stress, anxiety, I can't, because I do a lot of like small work sometimes, or just like careful with smaller brushes, and it can get really frustrating for me if I feel like I can't focus on what work needs to be done. It just feels like almost a mental game, and that is not what I want to be doing right now. Or not if I'm feeling very, that's like the best way for me to describe it. You know, if my mind's really going, deciding I'm gonna sit here now very still and like paint is not the move for me. Only if I feel like I'm a bit looser, I'm a bit ready to like go into a creative space where what I do will last, will I paint. Something that I have been doing every day that I should have mentioned 3 seconds ago, but I didn't, is I have been praying every day. My sister and I are going currently through the Gospel of Matthew, but I've also been doing like individual prayer, just kind of like not with the Bible, if she's busy doing something else, because we're kind of doing that together. And this is nice for me because I am Catholic. I do believe in God, but I think whether or not you're religious, if you're spiritual, or if you're like, even if you're an atheist, I think some kind of mindfulness, whether it's like prayer or meditation, is nice to do. I've been praying at night. I think it helps kind of calm my thoughts before I go to sleep. I would say it's definitely gotten easier. And there's one of the reasons I don't meditate is because I personally, that doesn't really work for me, because I start being like, am I breathing right? And then instead of like breathing naturally, I'm like wondering I'm breathing naturally, which is so not the point. But I do find that when I'm praying, I'm not thinking about that. I'm actually just like communicating with God. So at least for me, that's how that works. But I think any way of just kind of doing that is very helpful. I have been doing some yoga, and I also stretch every day, but I've been stretching every day for a very long time, like maybe even 10 years, because I used to dance a lot, and I just started stretching. So that's not really like, that's something I've started doing to deal with the anxiety right now. And I've never just stretched to feel better about myself. That's never been a thing. It's more just like because I wanted to stay flexible, and now it's just in my routine. But yoga has been nice. That's another one where I think my breathing helps my body, but I don't have to think about my breathing as much because I'm like, yes, I'm thinking about my breathing, but I'm also thinking about the pose I'm in. I'm not just like sitting trying to breathe because I suck at that. What else? Oh, so I've been trying to sit outside. I am lucky that I have a nice yard back home, so we have a nice backyard, and I am able to like go now on some like hikes and walks around because they have one of the state parks, and we just have a nice neighborhood. My sister is taken to reading a lot outside. I'm not reading outside so much as just like sitting there, being there. My battery's about to die and the anxiety is going up. So just to like quickly finish up this video, I just try different things, experiment with stuff. I hope some of these tips were useful, and please stay safe and healthy, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye.